It's time to fire this thing up. A lot of people have pressure-treated lumber where it has started to disintegrate. Really, it's costly to remove it and to replace it. We're going to show you how this Tuff coat can actually work on docks. What you're looking at is Bert yesterday pressure washing my neighbor's dock. It's really turned gray. It's really the pressure-treated lumber has started to disintegrate. And what we want to do is, instead of replacing it with expensive new pressure-treated lumber, we want to coat it with Tuff coat and kind of fill the cracks and crevices and make it look great. And again, we have Bill Duffel on the program. And Bill, just before the break, we were putting on a primer onto that fiberglass deck. Do we need to prime my neighbor's dock before we put on the Tuff coat?
Yes, you do. You would use the same primer, which is our CP10. That primer also works on concrete as well as fiberglass and wood.
Okay, so once we prime this, you told us that our cure time is about 5 hours. We can go ahead and we can put on the Tuff coat, but I want to show everybody some of the deep cracks that we have in the pressure-treated lumber. This is a very harsh environment down here in South Florida. We have salt water right here in the canal. We have very intense UV, Bill, and we also have extremely heavy rain showers, and that kind of washes out the grain on this wood. And if you're barefoot on a pressure-treated dock, maybe you're at a marina or something like that, man, you can get splinters, it hurts, and the stuff is very expensive to replace. Will the material fill in? These are pretty severe cracks. Is it going to fill this in?
Yeah, for the most part, it will. If it doesn't fill a larger crack, you can just kind of drizzle some of the material down in there till it fills it, and it'll go ahead and harden and seal that crack.
Okay, so you're telling me with the boat deck that you want to use like 2 coats. Do we want to use at least 2 coats onto this dock?
Yes.
Okay, now how long will the Tuff coat actually last? Because when you're talking about ripping up all this lumber, throwing it out, buying new lumber, cutting its size, screwing it down, that can be pretty expensive. How affordable is the Tuff coat versus to replacing a pressure-treated dock?
Well, you're going to get about 7 to 10 years out of the material, depending on the traffic. You're going to be about $1.60 a square foot, and you could probably do a dock like this in a day.
Can you recoat the Tuff coat after that 7 or 10 years?
You bet. You can just go right back over the top with 1 coat.
Again, give everybody a resource to where not only can they kind of figure out what color Tuff coat they might want, but also application techniques. Give everybody like your website.
It's tuffcoatmarine.com.
Fantastic. Bill, thank you so much.
Introducing boating's #1 non-skid, Tuff Coat Marine by Tuff Coat, the ultimate in rubberized non-skid. Perfect for flawed boat decks and weathered dock or deck treads. Do-it-yourselfers rejoice. This water-based decking material runs ballpark just $1.60 per square and can be rolled or sprayed onto decks and docks that need traction and beautification. Hide seams, flaws, and cracks fast with the #1 recycled rubberized non-skid on the market. 18 colors, including whaler blue to choose from. Find Tuff Coat Marine at these retailers or go to tuffcoatmarine.com.
Welcome back aboard. Fishing for boat improvement? Well, you caught it right here at Ship Shape TV.
Hey, we are now in our 21-foot Seabird project boat, and I want you to take a look at the non-skid on this. This was painted with the silica thrown in, and we probably have 4 or 5 years of wear on this deck, and you can see that it is kind of popping through the paint, but it is wonderful non-skid. There are a few ways to non-skid the boat. This is one of them, but we showed you a product today called Tuff Coat, and I want you to take a look at the Good News fishing boat before we did anything, okay? It was slick, and the inner city kids, the military guys that they take out, people coming back from war, you know, they take a lot of people out into the ocean for free in order to kind of turn them on to our world, which I think is so awesome. But now here's the result of putting the Tuff Coat. Here's the after, and I gotta tell you, these guys are gonna have traction, they're gonna have confidence when they're walking around. Also, I want you to take a look at my neighbor's dock. This is before we started on it. This is the pressure-treated lumber, okay? Well, we Tuff coated that, and I'm telling you, it looks like $1 million. And we need to thank Bill Duffel, we need to thank Captain Tony, everybody in their ministry, okay, that's making all that happening. My guys, like always, thank you, Bert, thanks, guys. worked very, very hard. We had Bill McDaniel, we had Sarah on the program from Glen Raven. Also those cool accessories for the dock from Tie Down. Man, wasn't that great? But most importantly, that's right, we've got to thank you. Thanks so much for hanging out with us right here on the beautiful water's edge for the last half hour, but we've got to go. But how about this? How about until we see each other again, can you do yourself a favor? Can you get out there and make your boat or your dock ship shape? Of course you can. I'm John Proviscus. This is Bert Dell. We'll see you next time. So that water was a little chilly, huh? A little bit. Okay.
Introducing boating's #1 non-skid, Tuff Coat Marine by Tuff Coat, the ultimate in rubberized non-skid. Perfect for flawed boat decks and weathered dock or deck treads. Do-it-yourselfers rejoice. This water-based decking material runs ballpark just $1.60 per square and can be rolled or sprayed onto decks and docks that need traction and beautification. Hide seams, flaws, and cracks fast with the #1 recycled rubberized non-skid on the market. 18 colors, including whale or blue to choose from. Find Tuff Coat Marine at these retailers or go to tuffcoatmarine.com.